This is part 2 of a 2-part series where I talk about the NBA Finals. If you want to watch the other video on how the Cavs can win an NBA championship, I'll link it up here as a card and down in the description below. Without further ado, here is how the Warriors can win the 2017 NBA Finals. So I'm sure everyone, especially Warriors fan, remember Game 7, the shot. And we will forever remember this moment of Kyrie shooting over Curry. But I think it slips most people's mind that this matchup, this moment, only happened because the Warriors switched the Kyrie JR Smith pick and roll. And that's been their preferred method, putting Klay Thompson on Kyrie and then switching if Kyrie gets a screen. Now in this series, if you're the Warriors, you know that Kyrie is gonna get quite a couple more ISO possessions in crunch time. So when that happens, I want to see them trap Kyrie Irving and force Kyrie to pass the ball out to JR Smith. Now JR Smith is one of the best spot-up three-point shooters in the NBA. But we all know how inconsistent he can be, and he has yet to really show us that he can make a big shot in a big moment. Klay Thompson is another guy I'm looking at, who's averaging 14 points on sub 40% shooting in the playoffs so far. He did not have a great Game 7 in last year's finals when he went 2 for 10 from 3. And while there's not too much pressure on him because he's the third and sometimes fourth option on this team, either him or Draymond could provide that scoring edge as the fourth option that the Cavs can't match up with. Another key for the Warriors is keeping Tristan Thompson off the boards, who's been a man amongst boys in the playoffs so far. I've always said this. The only weakness in this Warriors team and of the Warriors teams these past 3 years is that at times they struggle mightily with rebounding on the defensive side. That's not a good thing to struggle with going up against easily one of the league's best offensive rebounders. In the finals, every possession matters and you can't give the Cavs any more than they already have. And going along these lines of possessions mattering, the turnovers. We remember Steph Curry's behind the back pass in Game 7, which was one of the worst decisions I've ever seen a superstar point guard make in the closing moments of an important game. Now to their credit, the Warriors have done a better job this season of holding on to the ball. And they have to continue that trend because I'm sure I don't have to remind people how dangerous LeBron is on the fast break. But amongst all of these factors, the most important thing for the Warriors to win the championship is for Steph Curry to show up. A week ago, I made a video talking about how the 2017 finals will impact Steph Curry's legacy. I'll link that up here and in the description below as well, but a brief recap is that Steph Curry obviously did not have a great finals last year, and even back in 2015, he wasn't even the finals MVP when they won the ring. This year, especially in this postseason, he's been in MVP form, and he needs to keep it going, if not for the Warriors, then for himself. People often forget that Steph Curry is also one of the best one-on-one players in the world, for all the beautiful passes and ball movement the Warriors like to do, as we saw in last year's Game 7 when the score was stuck at 89-89 for basically 4 minutes in a row. It gets real tight in the fourth quarter of the finals. And the Warriors might need Steph Curry to make some plays one-on-one, especially if the Cavs try switching Tristan Thompson or Kevin Love onto him, or if the Warriors for some reason can't get the ball to Kevin Durant. This final series might end up being one of the greatest final series of all time. Not just because of the talent that's in it, but because of what's at stake for both teams. Now for the Warriors, this will probably be their most important NBA Finals up to date. If the Warriors win, everything's good. Steph Curry silences doubters. Kevin Durant will stay in Golden State because he got what he came here for and there's no reason for him to leave. But if the Warriors lose, Steph Curry will be 1-2 in the finals, 0-2 against Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant will be 0-2 against LeBron. And because of that, Kevin Durant might consider leaving Golden State for another team if he did not get what he came here for. And if Joe Lacob and Warriors management did not deliver what they promised to him in the offseason. Objectively speaking, this Warriors team is the most talented roster in NBA history, period. You have 2 MVPs, 2 surefire Hall of Famers, and 2 other All-Stars in Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, who are probably also going to make the Hall of Fame one day, especially if they can continue their recent streak of success. And the Warriors over the past 3 years have won 67 games, 73 games, 67 games. The best 3-year stretch of any team in NBA history. And if this team goes 1 for 3 in the NBA Finals, that's not a great look on what could be a potential dynasty. Thanks for watching the video. If you're a Warriors fan, I'd love to know what you think is the most important aspect for the Warriors to win this year's NBA Finals. And also, what type of impact will this year's Finals have on the Warriors' individual players, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and also the Warriors as a whole. If you want to check out the other video I made about how the Cavs will win the 2017 NBA Finals, I'll link that in the description as well. Other than that, I got nothing more to add. I am so excited for this year's NBA Finals, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Feeling kinda strange, feeling kinda off. Don't know what's really going on. I feel like something's up and I can only guess the cause. It doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. Always